Hey guys, it's Kendall. Welcome back to my channel. We're now doing things the K-Biv way. So if you want to see how I made this bomb crochet dress, of course, keep watching. So I'm starting off with a slip knot and I'm going to chain 43. And just so you know, I'm also starting off with the sleeve. So this is the part that is going to go around your shoulder. We just want to make a full circle. So we're going to take the end and then go into the beginning to make that circle, and then half double crochet all the way around. And then once we do that, we're going to start to decrease as your arm gets smaller or goes down toward your hand. So here you can see we have that full circle, and I'm just going around with my half double crochet. It's kind of, well, I can slow it down if you're a beginner and you need to see what exactly that looks like. So now that we have half double crochet all the way around, I'm just going to end that row off to keep track of the rows with a single crochet, and then I'm going to chain one, and I'm going to half double crochet all the way around. But since we are going to be decreasing, I'm going to skip a row or a chain, excuse me, and then continue with my half double crochet. So here, hopefully you can get a better view of me skipping a chain. And now I'm just going to continue again with my half double crochet all the way around. I did skip the chain at the end that time, so like I said, it doesn't really matter where you do it as long as you skip one. So I decreased between 6 and 7 rows so that my sleeve can be tight around my arm, but you could do more than that if you may have a smaller arm than mine. But now I'm just going to continue with a half double crochet all the way around, and you don't have to end it off and chain one anymore. You can just continue half double crochet. So here I just wanted to show you all how to count your rows that you've done. Hopefully you can see the differentiation between one row to the next based on the lines. I don't even know how to explain it, but hopefully you're able to see it in your own work. And I said that to say, you all know, hopefully if you're not new to my channel, you know that I'm not big on numbers, so I don't know how many I did ultimately because it took such a long time. I just kind of measured it along my arm and finished when I felt like it was long enough. But now I'm just going to start off on the ruffle part, and that includes doing 4 or 5 full double crochets into each chain around, and this is kind of just going to overwhelm the chains and cause that ruffle effect where you just have way too many double crochets in one chain, so it starts to get kind of jumbled up, which creates the ruffle. So here's a closer look of what exactly I was talking about, doing my double crochet, 4 or 5 of them in each row, each chain around. And then once you've done that, it should start to look like this. So you have the ruffle shape, and now we are just going to double crochet in each row around, but we're not really increasing anymore. You're just going to do 1 double crochet in each row around. And once you've gone around about 10 times, you just want to skip every other chain and double crochet around to start to decrease it so it won't be so wide. So we're done with our sleeve and we're going to come back to that, but now I'm just going to start the dress part, and I'm going to start off with the slip knot and then chain 50. And this is wide enough for my hips. You might want to, measure it across your lap. to see if that works for you. But now I'm just going to turn my work after chaining that 50 and half double crochet all the way back across, and I'm gonna do this for a while. And again, I'm not really big on numbers, but you can measure this along your torso or your legs to see exactly how long you want it. I think pretty soon I'm gonna start selling patterns with the exact numbers, but here you can just kind of see where I'm going with the dress to give you a visual of the other side that I had already completed. So now I'm just going to start decreasing once I get to the top of the dress. After doing my 50 back and forth for so long, I want to kind of create that bottle shape for a woman's body, or what we tend to kind of go for. So here, I just wanted to show you all the vision I had. If you can see the dress at the top, I kind of just had it in my mind and I sketched it out and I just went with it. So just to give you all a visual idea of where I'm going with this dress. So yeah, this is where I made it come to life. I know my carpet is dirty, but just ignore it. I have both my sleeves done. I'm just going to continue with the other side of the dress. So here I am out of yarn, and I forgot to mention Walmart actually came out with their own yarn and it is only $2. So this dress ultimately cost me like $6, but I'm just going to simply tie one end of the yarn to the new piece of yarn and continue going with my half double crochet. And I'm going to start decreasing as I mentioned. So in every other row, I'm going to decrease one. And again, you can do it at the beginning of your row, or you can do it at the end or somewhere in the middle, but you do want to start decreasing so this dress kind of contours to your body and it's not just straight down. So this is where the decreasing has gotten us. You can kind of see that once we get into the waist area, it kind of gets a little bit smaller. But now we're going to start with the design. So I'm just going to half double crochet to the middle, turn my work, skip one, and then half double crochet to the end. Not skip one, just turn back. I'm only going to be skipping one in the middle. And if you have been doing that correctly, you should have something like this. But once we get to around 10 half double crochets at the top, you do just want to keep continuing with the 10 and not skip anymore, not decrease anymore, just continue with the 10. And then once it is long enough to your liking, you're just going to snip the end of yarn and leave a piece so that you can sew it together. Sew the front to the back. And of course do the exact same thing on the other side, and you should have something like this. It is not perfect at all. You guys know I'm not good with numbers, but I'm still going to sew it together and you won't even be able to tell. So that's the hugest reason why I'm not anal about my numbers, because in the end nobody even knows that the two are not symmetrical, at least in this case. So I'm just going to take my needle and my yarn and I'm going to sew everything all together. And when you're sewing, make sure not to sew all the way to the top so you have room to sew your sleeves on. I know that some people can get confused or just get in the motion of sewing and sew right up all the way up the dress, and your arm literally has nowhere to go. So don't forget to do that, and we're going to sew on our sleeves. Of course, you want to do the exact same thing on the other side, and I'm such a busybody watching my novellas. I can't keep my eyes off of it while I work. So yeah, just do the exact same thing on the other side, sew it all up. So you did definitely sew your dress inside out. But now you just want to make sure that you flip it back inside out so that people don't see the yarn that's been sewn or any of the raggedy pieces or anything like that. And that is it, guys. This is the first thing that I've ever done like this, but I'm so happy with the outcome. I've definitely gotten a great response on social media. So now I did have to go in with some yarn at the top to keep from having an accident, if you know what I mean. But overall, I love this dress and I hope you all do too. Let me know if you make it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.